Good morning, troops. As promised, we said we'd go through the kit, so here we go. Right, straight into the footwear. As far as I'm concerned, that is the most important thing you can invest in, because you know, if you're getting blisters, if you're not comfortable in your shoes, you're going to struggle. Okay, so these are the things we've got to get now. If you haven't got something that's comfortable, this is the investment. So there's two types here. We've got these ones I've just bought because I want to break them in for the Scottish winters and the hills. So these are full leather, waterproof, heavier. They are heavier, but I reckon I'll have them broken in well for Kilimanjaro. And as you can see, good solid tread there, and they've been out a couple of times already. These are my old faithfuls. I've got two pairs of these. These are Salomons. They are very, very light, flexible, a sort of advanced trainer. Treads on its way out. I wish they could get resold, but there you go. But these are light. These are sufficient. You know, these will be fine if we're over there. And there's even the trekking shoes, nothing wrong with them at all, but I like ones that have got a bit more of a heel, because when you're doing them up, just gives you a little ankle in case you flip your ankle, just gives you a little bit more protection. So there you go. Socks. These are the guys. These ones are about 4 or 5 years old. It is these, and these are smart wool. Great investment, about $30, €30. You might get them cheaper, you might not, but I've just bought 2 new pairs of these because I think they are great. And yes, warmer weather, colder weather, probably want something a little bit lighter for the warmer stages at the bottom, but once we are getting up the top, these insulated socks are magnificent. Okay, moving on. Okay, part 2, here we go. So, clothing wise, talked about it previously, don't bring cotton. Cotton will, when it gets wet, it's just uncomfortable, it gets heavy and it takes forever to dry. So here you go, here's a Pathway t-shirt from last year. So this is the dry fit. It's a good old gym t-shirt. It's the one that everybody buys, like 3 or 4 of them for the whole trip will be ample, and you get plenty use out of those when you're back home for the gym sessions. So that is what we mean when we say dry fit in a sort of gym t-shirt. Merino wool, I love this stuff, right? This is great and it's warm. This is what I would say is the perfect base layer for when it gets colder. There you go. There's a t-shirt version here, and this is a long sleeve version. So that is the perfect base layer. And yes, merino wool. You have different levels of merino wool. This is a 175, which is sort of lighter. It goes up to about 200, 220 for the heavier ones, but I think you're just okay with it with a lighter merino wools. Good investment there. Then we're moving on to the mid layer for the tops. Again, here's another merino wool. It's just a little bit thicker. I would class that as a good base layer. You've got this one here, a rab. It's a real light base layer, and you've got a little bit of insulation there. And then heavier again, you've got the fleecy version of it. You know, this is everything we mean when we're talking about mid base layer. And as modeled by my good self, this top here, I love this one. Nice bit of fleece inside, and yeah, this has done me well over the years. So that is a mid layer. So base layer with your merino wool and your dry fit t-shirts, etc. That's your mid layer on top, and will stay above the waist for now. And we have got various types of jackets. So hopefully we don't need it, but these are perfect. It is a rain jacket, right? Really, really robust jacket. And the best thing about these, they tuck up into absolutely no size whatsoever. So that's your rain jacket. Underneath that, most of the time you're talking your mid layers with a rain jacket on top, but as we get higher, we're talking we need something a bit more robust. So Ryan's got this one here, which is another rain jacket, which has got a little bit of insulation there. And then we're moving over to the ones that are required for the top. See these quilted, padded jackets, which are great for the cold. And then this fella here, which is probably top of the range. That was a black yak. I've just invested in that. That is a cracking investment, and the best thing about it is it folds up into a tiniest little bag, fits in that little fella there. So that is a major investment for the top. Yeah, so that's your big quilted jacket. So that is the robust one from the cove. Okay, tops wise, that's fine. Right, we'll talk about below the waist underwear for you guys. So important. Find a good set of underwear. Bamboo underwear, again, stay away from the cottons and go for your man-mades or your bamboos. I've had merino wool underwear. I don't like it, personal preference, but it's out there as well. I prefer the bamboo because it just dries so easily. And then we've got the shorts. These are my old faithfuls. I've had these for donkeys, so I'm expecting to wear these fellas. Nice zips, loads of pockets, etc. Light, and they dry very well. Bottom half, so day 3, day 4. I'll probably take some running tights to go underneath these if I don't want to transition fully into the hiking trousers. There you go. Again, not a bit of cotton in sight. This is a robust pair of hiking trousers, and as you can see inside, they're slightly insulated as well. So I would say 1 or 2 pairs of those. Yeah, they're worth it. They're really good. And then obviously we don't know what the weather's going to be like, so here's your waterproof trousers, and they just go on top. You'll see they've got the zips all the way up the side. Makes it easy to get them on and off without taking your boots on and off. Alright, so that's the investment in those. Okay, accessories. Various bits and pieces here. I'm going to go through the essentials at an early stage. I prefer a cap, just a light cap for on the head for when we've got the sun beating down, and the good old factor 30, 50 or whatever you go for on that one. P20, always love P20. I've used it for all my events and I've never been sunburned, so that's always a good one to go to. So there's the light cap. Also got this version, which is just got the flappy bit at the back to make sure you're covering the neck as well. So that's 2 versions. Or you'll see Doug in all of his photos and images, he likes the wide brimmed hat for the sun hat. Okay, essentials. This fella. This is the head torch, which we will wear on summit night. Very simple. There you go, and very effective. So if you haven't got one and you're purchasing one, recommend just get the batteries. Honestly, charging head torches are a pain in the backside, and what we've got here is 3 batteries, so you've got spare 3 batteries in your bag, but you know that's essential, so make sure there's a bit of investment there. What's this one? Lead lenser. That's been brilliant for all of the events I've done and never had to worry about changing batteries or it dying at the worst times. Okay, I'm even going to put that in there as essential, because if it rains and your phone gets wet, you know, it's just a very basic phone cover. You put your phone in there and it gets sealed, and living in Scotland, we know how important these are. All right. Other bits and pieces. Gloves. I've just bought these ones. Heavy duty, waterproof, windproof, highly breathable. So I just made that investment just the other day. Inners. Okay, so these are just light inners that just go, there you go, straight forward. They've even got the mobile phone fingers on them. And what I would say, when you are buying gloves, go a size too big, because it's about the air that's between your fingers and the gloves. If you get them too tight and there's any sort of lack of circulation, there's not enough air in there, actually don't work as well. So get gloves that are slightly too big. Okay, these fellas, walking poles. I never went near a walking pole until 3 or 4 years ago. I just thought it was for old people and they were a waste of time and they just made you look silly. And then I was converted. Somebody says, Warren, give these a try. And within 2 or 3 miles, the efficiency that you get from having poles, I would highly, highly recommend investing in a good set of walking poles, because you just don't realize, especially when we're going to be walking as slow as possible at times, having these just to help with the momentum and the balance, they are exceptional. So good investment. Hat, straightforward. You know, we're gonna need this near the top, so just an investment in a good beanie, as they call them here. But all it is a woolen hat. Other things to consider: a snood, so that's the neck warmer. You know, I certainly don't like a hat, but I like to keep my ears if it's a windy day and it's a cold wind. So there's the head warmer, and for the top as well, we've even got a merino wool balaclava. So let's just go for that fella. There you go. That is toasty at the top of the hills. And, you know, ski mask, ski goggles. Sometimes I'll probably carry them, but not essentials, but the types of things that you can think of. And then you've got the power bank. You know, we're going to need this. Yes, we've got solar panels. You can get solar panels in Decathlon. You can get them online, good old Amazon, wherever you want to go for it. It's just the solar panel that goes on your backpack for during the day, and it'll charge your bank or it charges your phone while you're walking. So I think that covers most of the bits and pieces with accessories, and we will move on to bags. Okay, onto the bags. Very, very straightforward here. We have the good old suitcase. That doesn't go up the hill with you. We've got a 48 litre rucksack, and I've got a 24, I think this is a 25 litre rucksack. Probably too big. What you want is a 15 litre rucksack, a very light one for during the day. So when you're travelling over, you'll obviously have your suitcase or a big bag or whatever it may be. I will probably, when I'm travelling over, I will use the bag that I'm going to be climbing with as my hand luggage, because it'll be small enough. So I'd say that's probably going to be my hand luggage. And then we have to be ready, we have to try and plan. So first few days, I'm not going to need this jacket because this is my summit jacket. It is so warm, so I'm not going to need that until later on. So ultimately, that is going to go within the bag that I'm not going to see during the day. I don't need to carry it on day 1, 2, 3. It's going to go in a bag for later into the trip. So this is the bag that we are going to be taking every single day, and all you will need within this bag is your equipment for that day. So day 1, 2, 3, it's going to be warmer. So I'll be thinking straight away, all right, I've got my sun hats. I'm going to need this. I might take a smaller pair of gloves, but maybe I'll be wearing one t-shirt, I maybe have another t-shirt, and something a bit warmer with regards to maybe a fleece or one of the icebreakers. So just making sure that the stuff that goes into the bag is minimal and it is only for that day. Anything for later on in the trip that we're going to need on the mountain goes into the big bag, goes into your big bag that gets carried up, and you will get that at the end of each day to decide what you want to take into the next day. So these bags here, why on earth do you need a bag to go within a bag? That is a waterproof bag. That is a waterproof bag, so when I am planning on my day, okay, day 1, day 2, okay, I'm going to need my sun hat. I'm not going to need that. I'm not going to need the warmer stuff. Might take my hat just in case it gets warmer. I'll put that in there. Slightly warmer fleece. Definitely need the rain jacket just in case, and also the rain trousers just in case. So that goes in there, but if it rains, these aren't that waterproof. So hence the reason why you have these bags here that you roll over. Top, you get rid of all the air in them before you start. You do that. You've then created a seal. And these bags, that is a 30-litre waterproof bag. They come all sizes, 5, 10, 15, so a good selection of those. And there you have it. I know even if it rains, everything's going to be dry. So hopefully that gives you a good insight. There'll be a couple of bits and pieces we've missed off, but any questions, just keep them coming. Can't wait for the trip, guys.